Today I'm going to show you how to make a cute gingerbread man cookie with the free brushes from my December newsletter or the brushes from my Christmas cookie set. So I have these stamps and then I have an icing stamp, and what's important here is that they're the same size. So I have one marked on here. This is 60 and then this is 60 as well. I'm going to choose a reddish brown color, start a new layer, and use my cookie stamp. Center it. Then I'm going to choose white, choose the icing stamp, and center that as well. Now I'm going to duplicate this bottom layer, swipe to the right with 2 fingers to alpha lock it, and choose a darker reddish brown color, and choose fill layer. Then swipe again to unalpha lock it. Now I'm going to grab this and move it down and to the left. Then I'm going to choose this icing monoline brush, and I'm just going to make these curves a little better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the edges of this main top cookie shape a little blurry and rounded looking. So there's lots of ways to do this, but what I do is I tap this layer and set it to reference, then start a new layer above. I'm going to choose a pretty dark brown color and then fill in outside of where the cookie shape is. Now I'm going to turn reference off, tap this, and choose clipping mask, and it disappears, but that's okay. Now go to Gaussian blur, and Gaussian blur at about maybe 9 or 10%, and you can see how the edges are getting soft right here. Now I'm going to add some texture, so I'm going to choose the Cookie Texture Shader brush, and I'm going to use the same dark color. I'm going to start a new layer and choose clipping mask again, and then I'm going to use size about 17 and just kind of go over this whole thing with to give it some texture. Then I'm going to focus on the edges on the same side I did the dimension with and make those a little darker. I'm going to speed this up. All right, now I'm going to go to this bottom layer, start a new layer above, tap it, and choose clipping mask. And I'm going to choose an even darker brown color. With the same brush, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add texture to the sides here. I'm not doing too much because I don't want to fill it in completely. I do want to be able to see the kind of grainy texture here. All right, so now we're going to add a little shadow to the icing. So duplicate the icing layer and swipe right with 2 fingers to alpha lock the top one and choose a really dark gray color. Tap it and choose fill layer, then unalpha lock it. Now choose the move tool, and I'm going to tap it about 5 times to the bottom left corner outside of the square. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see the white comes out around the edges just a little bit. All right, tap this original white icing layer and choose select, then go back to the top layer and choose clear. And now only the tiniest little line remains here. So now I'm going to choose the arrow again and move it back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm going to go to Gaussian blur and just blur it a little bit, maybe like 3 or 4%. So you can see we have a cute little icing edge there. Now I'm going to duplicate it one more time, alpha lock the bottom one, fill it with the dark gray, tap and move this to the left like 3 times, and then Gaussian blur it 4% for just the tiniest little drop shadow there. And I'm pretty happy with how that looks. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the cookie layer and the bottom cookie layer, take the bottom ones and move them all the way to the bottom. Merge them together, alpha lock, choose fill layer, un-alpha lock it, and then move it for a drop shadow as well. So I'm just gonna move it down and to the left. Then Gaussian blur about 15%. Tap it and change the blend mode to linear burn. And I'm gonna reduce the opacity to about 30%. And now you have a cute little textured, three-dimensional looking gingerbread man. Another cute thing you can do is choose a green and a red color and this 2-color sprinkles brush, and go in and start a new layer above the background color and just do a little sprinkles background. I think it's super cute. Now you can make this into a seamless pattern or cards for friends and family. Make digital illustrations, use it on your Instagram. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. Thanks. I send out free Procreate brushes every month in my newsletter. Just go to AlwaysBeColoring.com and sign up for the newsletter there. Thanks for watching.